10 hidden details about the Demogorgon. Okay, Stranger Things fanboys and fangirls, let me ask you this first. Do you think you know the Demogorgon? Well, if you do, then let's see how many details you've been missing out on, and let's see if there's really someone out there who's dedicated enough to find all the hidden details of Season 1's main villain, the famed Demogorgon, a creature that also exists in the board game Dungeons & Dragons, which the young cast plays in the show's opening moments. Demogorgons are predatory creatures originating from the Upside Down. Standing anywhere from 6 feet to 10 feet tall, the Demogorgon was the most terrifying creature to affect Hawkins in Season 1. Now, we know it's been 4 years since we first saw the Demogorgon, but there are some major details that many fans have missed. So today, we'll bring you 10 such hidden details about the Demogorgon. And let's get started. Number 10. The Demogorgon's telekinetic abilities. Now, with all that's happened between Season 1 and Season 3 of the show, it's fairly simple to forget the minor details. And the first thing that may have slipped the minds of the audiences is that the Demogorgon that was chasing Will in the very first episode of Season 1 displayed intelligent powers. And by that, I mean his telekinetic abilities, because the monster was later shown to be animalistic and violent, had somehow unlocked the chain of the door of Will's house, when it could have easily smashed through the door. Oh yeah, the power of telekinesis, baby. Who'd have thought? Number 9. Self-regeneration / self-healing. The Demogorgon that our little heroes from Hawkins come to face from the Upside Down seems to be completely unaffected by bullets and able to heal itself when hurt or wounded. However, as revealed in the party's Dungeons & Dragons campaign, the Demogorgon can be attacked with fire. We don't know how many of you noticed it, but the Demogorgon from the Upside Down doesn't seem to have this weakness since, in the end, it was 11's sacrifice and powers that cast the creature back into the Upside Down and closed the bridge between dimensions. Number 8. Its Dungeons & Dragons physical appearance is different. Now, this one is something that our Dungeons & Dragons players must have surely noticed, although we can't say the same for everyone, but this detail is significant. The Demogorgon of Dungeons & Dragons world is definitely not the Demogorgon that the audience associates with Stranger Things. The physical description of the D&D Demogorgon is that of 2 baboon heads attached to a body that's both reptilian and muscular. Its limbs are clawed and tentacular, while its tail is forked, which is completely unlike the monster of the Upside Down, since the creature here is sleek, tall, leering, and has a head that opens to reveal rows of teeth inside a petal-like void. Number 7. Will's interaction with the Demogorgon is foretold. Now, this is something similar to Jumanji, although it's definitely not the same. The Dungeons & Dragons board game seems pretty scary. For just before they were in the middle of a Dungeons & Dragons campaign, the dialogue kicks in. Something is coming, something hungry for blood. A shadow grows on the wall behind you, swallowing you in darkness. It's almost here. The Demogorgon appears and Dustin thinks Will should cast protection, while Lucas insists he fireball him. Poor Will was doomed the minute he walked out of Mike Wheeler's house. Will does the fireball, needing a 13, but he rolls a 7. The Demogorgon, it got me. When Will's inside the shed, he locks the door, but the Demogorgon appears behind him, just as was foretold. Number 6. Extremely heightened senses. The Demogorgon has extremely heightened senses to the point that it's scary. I mean, it was already scary without that. According to the Stranger Things universe, the Demogorgon can sense blood between dimensions. The Demogorgon doesn't have eyes as far as can physically be seen, so it relies heavily on its smell and hearing to detect the world around it. So once the connection between the world and the Upside Down was opened, the Demogorgon found itself a new feeding ground. Unfortunately for the unsuspecting world, this meant that everyone was free game. Number 5. The show has shown its life cycle. Now, this one's a bit of a biology class, although not everyone was paying attention. So, firstly, the Demogorgon starts its life as the not-so-average slug, as shown being coughed up by Barb and Will in Season 1. The slug then turns into a pollywog, actually looks like a newt, or let's make it simple for you, dart. Dart then continues to grow until it has 4 limbs and attain a darker color, after which the petal mouth is formed and its size grows more menacing until it becomes a demo dog. And naturally, from the demo dog emerges the fully fledged monster of the Upside Down, the Demogorgon. But the question still remains, is this really the final stage? We'll let you decide. Number 4. Demogorgons and water. So, Demogorgons have never been shown interacting with water. Well, they've been shown to be harmed by heat and fire. In Season 2, Episode 8, Bob uses the sprinkler system to distract the demo dogs inside the Hawkins laboratory. However, the audience only sees the demo dogs change direction due to the sound of the water, not their interaction with it. But regardless, the fact remains that Demogorgons and water, we're yet to see both of them together. Number 3. Demogorgon completely absent between Seasons 1 and 4. In the first season's ending, we saw 11 destroy the Demogorgon, and it's quite fascinating how it didn't appear in Seasons 2 and 3. We could clearly see a swarm of Demodogs running around, but how is it that it completely vanished for 2 entire seasons? Although coming to Season 4, from what's been shown, the Demogorgon in the Russian base has been dubbed as the White Demogorgon by fans for its different appearance from the Demogorgon which appeared in the first season. But could it be the same one 11 defeated that somehow survived? Number 2. Similarities between the Demogorgon and the Mind Flayer. We come back to Season 1. The party discovers that fire is one of the most effective means of damaging a Demogorgon, while bullets and other weapons have no impact on the monster. In Season 2 of Stranger Things, Will is under the possession of the Mind Flayer. And what does Will say the Mind Flayer likes? He likes it cold. How does the party help injure the Mind Flayer in Season 3? They use the firework Satan's baby to replicate dynamite. Is this aversion to heat simply because they're both from the Upside Down? Our answer, hive mind. Number 1. The Demogorgon and Flickering lights. It's pretty obvious that wherever the Demogorgon's around, the lights start to go a little haywire. Maybe the Demogorgon just likes flashy party tricks because it's a party animal. All right, bad joke, sorry. Now, coming back to the topic. An important plot point in Season 1 is when Joyce and Will communicate through the fairy lights. But that brings us to the main point. So if Joyce and Will can communicate using the lights, does it also mean the Demogorgon can use the lights to its advantage or communicate? We obviously think it can, and this is the most important detail that most fans have missed, since it's so obvious that it's completely hidden. So that was the last blast. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to keep watching more videos like these, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, stay indoors and stay safe.